Hello, one and all, it's Nerdcraft here, bringing you game one of a best of three series here. Spawning on the lower right-hand corner of the EmpireKas Plateau is going to be our red Terran player, EmpireKas. And his opponent spawning on the lower left-hand corner of the EmpireKas Plateau of oGS, Old Generations Gaming, is going to be none other than our Korean Terran player, oGsSuperNova. So, here on EmpireKas Plateau, I don't know why I keep doing epic voices. At least I like to think they're epic voices. I don't know, they sound pretty epic to me, but whenever I hear them on a recording, I'm like, oh, that sounds stupid. That's just because you actually sound a lot different through your own ears than you do in actual, what do you call that thing? Like, in actual, the actual sound of your voice is a lot different to you than what it actually is to other people. I think that's just mainly because your ears are a lot closer to your esophagus and voice box than your friend's ears, for example. That's going to it kind of screws with the voice. So like when I first started casting and I started editing my videos and everything, just to make sure that the sounds were right and any additional add-on clips that weren't necessary I took out. When I first heard that, I heard my voice, I'm like, what? I sound like an idiot. Like, that's just my opinion, though. I've been told I have a very nice voice. At least I have been told. So we have Kas here, by the looks of things, might be going for a gasless expansion. He really, really favors these gasless expansions, like One Rack's Gasless Expo. Supernova going for a refinery into barracks. So he's gonna possibly do a Reaper expansion. He does have 60 gas right here, and Kas is saving his money, so yes, he is going to be going for a gasless expansion. As soon as his barracks finish, he's possibly going to get no, he's gonna not even going to get a marine. Well, he is going to get a marine, and he get his orbital command. Then he's going to go into that expansion. As we can see, he's again saving his money. The SCV coming in over here, gonna check to make sure there's nothing being. Oh no, it looks like he's not gonna be able to. He's not gonna check for any proxies, but the expansion gonna go down right at the 3-minute mark, or the 16 supply mark, and a second or a factory coming up for Supernova. Now Kas is gonna come in with his scout. He's gonna see, okay, he's not expanding like me, so I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm gonna be I have to be a little more safer when it comes to my defense. I'm gonna have to make sure that I have a good defense there, because he did see the marine first. He knows that indeed there's marines coming out, and this is gonna be a reactor Hellion opening by the looks of everything. If not, it's gonna be reactor barracks Hellion. What I mean by that is that you get a reactor barracks with a factory, you just build Hellions, and then you reactor out marines, and then you push with three Hellions and about 10 to 12 marines, because that's just what you do. Starport is also coming up here, so we're going to get a medevac. We're going to have a drop action play here. So this is a very common build I've actually been seeing as of late in pretty much every build. I mainly do see it in with every matchup. I mainly have been seeing it in TVZ. What's going to happen here is he's going to have his 3 Hellions and the rest of his marines. He's going to have them either here or here, and then he's just going to elevator them up and go straight for the mineral line, try and take out tech, things like that. Single marine coming out here. If we check, it is only 3 marines and a single Hellion. Even on SCVs, of course, Kas is going to pretty soon have a very nice economic upgrade, because this orbital command is just about to finish. So he's going to have access to 2 mules, or 2 drop down, and as opposed to Supernova's just 1, because he only has this building. And the medevac is on its way. We have 5 marines, the Hellion at the front, so he's trying to make it look like he's doing a reactor Hellion play. Looks like he's not going to be doing that 3 Hellion marine push. He's possibly going to pressure the front with 2 Hellions by the looks of everything, and then drop in the back. So we're going to have 6 marines waiting for the next 2, so he has a total of 8 marines. And he's going to just go drop in the back. Oh no, you forgot a marine. You forgot a marine. Supernova, it makes all the difference. Actually, it kind of does. Viking coming up for, was that for Kas? No, it wasn't. It was originally coming up here for, yes, it is. It is actually what I was thinking. I didn't see the 3rd Hellion be made. So see, guys, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about at times, and now everything's going to be dropped right there. Marines are coming in to intercept this. SCV's instantly pulled. Kas knows that this is indeed a very dangerous drop if he doesn't let if he just lets it go wild, and 9 workers being killed there, which I don't really know if pulling the SCVs were necessary, because, well, I suppose you want to make sure he kept his Marines in case there was any pressure from the front and or continuous drops. So Supernova going to drop over here again with these Hellions, focusing down an engineering day, which is kind of what you don't want to do. Almost lost that second Hellion, did lose the first one. Siege mode and tanks are on their way for Supernova. We're going to have, by the looks of things, a bio build coming up from Kos. No, the factory is on its way. This could just be for medevacs. So Kos is one of those players who does like to do that bio build in TVT. He very much favors bio a lot. We can see that this single Marine trying to take out those SCVs, or trying to take down those Hellions. Stim is pretty close to being done, researching about 30 blizzard seconds. We have the expansion coming up here for Supernova a lot later than Kos. As we can see, it's definitely showing too. As soon as the mules are taken out of the equation. I think that's just because of the SCV. Oh yeah, Supernova's 28 SCVs to the 29, so that drop did actually do a lot of freaking damage to Kos without even knowing it. So if we look, there was 9 SCVs killed. He would have been up to 40 SCVs by now to the 29 of Supernova. So those excuse me, those continuous drops being very, very annoying. And it looks like the SCVs are being pulled into this push with tanks. Siege mode has completed, but he's not. Looks like Supernova doesn't really want to lose these tanks. These Marines are so low on health. He's going to lose a single tank, and he's stimming forward, going to try and pick off this next tank. Is he going to be able to do it? That this Hellion is constantly being denied here. We have it was cleaned up, and now that siege mode is done, he wants to make sure he takes out that second tank, but not going to be able to. He should probably have gotten closer to that tank. They're like, I'm going to take you out, tank. That tank was like looking at him like, you serious? Okay, I'm going to give you till the count of 5 to run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. And then they die. The orbital command being morphed, yeah, for Supernova right here. And he's just going to maintain a defensive position. That's what's very nice about going bio against a mech or mech hybrid build, is that you have a lot more mobile army, and we have Starport going down onto this tech lab, so we're going to see Banshees coming out here. Possibly Banshees. Yes, indeed, it is going to be Banshees, right? And Cloak is being researched, so yes, that is definitely going to be Banshees. I don't know what else Cloak would work for. Oh my god, Cloaked Ravens. That would suck with a passion. So, that medevac was just coming back. We have a double medevac drop here. Is it going to be seen by Supernova? Yes, it is going to be seen by Supernova. But interestingly enough, the Marines are moving out back. Oh, that's just to make sure that he has tanks set up. So it looks like he's going to try and just sit back on this cliff, use the medevac's vision. Going to go over here from Supernova. And this is something I feel Kos has been having a hard time doing lately. He just hasn't been pressuring a lot of players. We saw that in the Feast Kos game, which was a best of 3 series. It wasn't a best of 5 series, people. My mistake for that, and unfortunately these Marines are within range of that siege tank, but they are going to be able to take out quite a bit of SCVs. Almost took out that tank. We're going to be taking out 7 SCVs. Definitely not the amount of SCVs that were taken out by Supernova against Kos, but now he's just going to sit back with these Marines, going to try to see if he can pick off a supply depot or not, and whatnot. I should have said not or not. That's not what I meant. So Supernova, he's pretty safe there. I don't know if Kos saw this. No, Kos did not see the Banshee at all. And now the Banshee's going to be coming in. 4 kills, 5 kills already. Stim Marines instantly coming in. He's going to need to get a scan down if he wants to take it out. It has 7 HP, and the second Banshee is on its way. The armory is finished up for Kos, so more and more upgrades is going to be coming up for his bio. He is at 0-1 right now. Tank coming up, so it looks like it's not going to be a true... looks like it is not going to be a true hybrid build, or a true mech build, or bio build, I should say. Scan! Dang it. No, he's just going to wait for that missile turret to come down. If we check out the amount of SCVs killed, now it's up to 21 for Supernova. This Banshee's really proving helpful. This one's got 11, and she is a sergeant right now. She's on her way, climbing up the ladder of, climbing up the military ranking ladder, the ranks ladder. And another medevac coming in over here. This missile turret is not going to finish by the looks of it. It's being focused. That SCV. Oh, Supernova. Why? And the scan going down, not going to be able to take out this this Banshee, but the missile turret is going to finish just because Supernova did not kill the other, the SCV while it was making, and we see a supply depot drop, the bane of all Terran's existence when it comes to what you want to drop. Do you want to drop a supply depot, or do you want to drop a supply depot that gives you the same amount as a supply depot, or do you want to drop a supply drop which gives you the same amount of supply as a supply depot? Or do you want to drop a mule, a magical little robot that gives you 30 minerals every time it mines? Oh, the choice is yours. But holy crap, talk about a lot of frickin' medevacs. We have 7 medevacs up here for KAS. We have some forward marines. So KAS has a lot more mobile army than Supernova does. Supernova is doing the exact same build marine tank, but he's focusing more on tanks than he is marines. As we can see, the unit counting station here, 7 tanks to 3 tanks. But we do have 41 Marines to the 36 Marines of Supernova, and we have 9 freaking medevacs for KAS. That's just because, to the 2 of Supernova, that's just mainly because he decided to do that, oh, whoops, no, E. That's just mainly because he wanted to do the, that Banshee harass, which definitely paid off. Too bad he's not going to scan and try to pick off those tanks. Fortunately, they were out of range, and he lost a lot of Marines on that. So you can see 21 kills for that one. And these Banshees going to try and pick off the tanks. Nice play there from KAS, putting his tanks up in his medevacs, so that way they are completely safe from Banshees. Production-wise, we have an armory coming up for Supernova, and that's a lot further behind than KAS's, because KAS is already just about to complete level 2 weapons. Level 1 weapons coming up for Supernova as well. It's going to finally stim and try to see if he can take out that Banshee. This Banshee does not have any energy for Cloak. I said Banshee for some reason, which sounds really weird. Viking coming up for KAS, which is going to really help him when it comes to those Banshees. Looks like there was possibly some more harass over here. Yes, another Banshee or possibly a drop came in over here and took out more and more SCVs. So, you know, the total is 29 to 10. KAS needs to find a way where he can take out the economy of this guy, because he's keeping him pretty even in SCVs. 56 SCVs to 56 SCVs, well 55 now for Supernova. And here we have an engagement coming up, and looks like Supernova is just going to back off there. He wants to fall back onto a siege tank line and wants KAS to come to him. Why should you go to KAS when KAS can come to you? KAS has established his 3rd already, so that is really, really freaking good for KAS. Again, these Banshees just proving to be so annoying. 37 SCVs have been killed now, and now that brings it. That actually gives Supernova the lead when it comes to SCVs. Scanning down there, making sure that he can see where that army is. You always want to know where your opponent's army is. That's what's really great about Terran. We can, with those scans, we can always see what's going on. And another drop here going to be coming from Supernova. So he's being kind of passive and super aggressive at the same time. Don't know why my mouse decided to zoom in. I actually didn't have my hand on it. Ghosted my room, zooming in on Marines. Maybe he was once a Marine himself. Who knows? Compared to modern Marines and these Marines, I think I'd rather be this Marine. I mean, sure, you're subjected to more dangerous and brutal killings, but at the same time, dude, you're wearing a freaking, like, awesome power suit. We do have 5 Marines over here that are not going to be able to clean up this this drop, and KAS kind of moving back. No, he's finally establishing his base, and he's just waiting for more and more Marines to come in. This Banshee, again, proving to be very annoying. This drop going to be cleaned up. It took down the engineering bay and a single supply depot, but this Banshee over here, she's up to 34, 35 kills. She's a commander now. She's going to be able to retire really nicely. She's going to have a nice house in the Bahamas. Well, no, she's not actually, because she just died. It's kind of hard to have a very nice house in the Bahamas if you're dead, unless you're like a voodoo witch doctor who can bring the dead back to life, which, like, honestly is pretty cool. That's not racist or stereotypical in any way. There is parts of voodoo belief that zombieism is actually part of it. I had to read about this in one of my debate classes, that there was this guy who claimed that he resurrected his nephew so that way he could, like, extort money out of his in-laws, which was really freaking weird, I thought. But hey, the world is full of really weird and kind of evil people at the same time. So KAS is dropping up here with 3 medevacs worth of Marines. That's to make sure that he can deny this 3rd, and he actually caught that drop. 8 Marines for free. There's the majority of Supernova's army coming in here to make sure he can deny that make sure you can deny this aggression right there, which he's going to easily clean up. Scan going down to make sure that he can see those Marines because all the medevacs were taken out. Surprised that Kos didn't actually move forward with that. If we can see here, the range of the closest tank is right here, so he could have moved up slightly closer. Of course, they don't see the vision there. Kos is going to be moving forward by the looks of it. Four medevacs worth of Marines now. I gotta learn how to do that. 4 medevacs worth of Marines going up, and they're going to easily take out this third. Now who's the aggressive one, Kos says, but unfortunately he is going to be into siege tank firing, and that is going to go down with ease. A lot of SCVs are going to go down, and Marines, all these Marines are actually going to be cleaned up quite a bit. Kos is not utilizing this. He's not moving forward at all. He's just trying to micro this over here, trying to make sure he stays out of that siege tank line. Of course, if he dropped Marines onto, oh no, this siege tank, well, if he dropped a single medevac of Marines onto this tank, he could easily clean it up because of the, because not only would this siege tank not be able to take them out, but this siege tank would also siege up, well, also put fire down on this tank as well. So, you know, those are those fun little things that you can do, and you kind of have to recognize to get your advantage. You see that this drop is going to come over here and try to be a third denier, but unfortunately this is the 4th for Kos, and that SCV going down, revealing to Kos that indeed there is a drop off foot. This commander, by the looks of it, is actually just going to keep going on over the. The commander of this is like, sir, we're taking heavy fires. Like, continue moving. The command center is going to go down. So command center for a command center, eye for an eye. Sure makes the world go blind, but at the same time, Kos really, or SuperNova really wants an eye for an eye. This command center needs to be repaired. Drop down a mule or something. We do have SCVs coming up. Oh, it's 140 now, and it is going to be able to be repaired, so everything's fine. These Marines still proving to be a thorn in SuperNova's side, and if he can pick off these tanks, which by the looks of it he's going to try and pick off one, but SuperNova is making sure that that's not going to happen. No, not going to be able to pick off that one. That was 41 HP, and we still have this siege tank line over here from Kos. I don't really like the siege tank line from Kos when it comes to the build of it. Most of the time you want your siege tank lines to be like this, so that way there's no really lanes of fire coming in. So let's say you stim in Marauders and Marines over here, and the tanks are firing at that. Well, you can easily bring the Marines to the side. You can easily bring like another flanking force from the side here. And since they're already targeting those Marines, everything is going to have a hard time. Of course, you'd have maybe these tanks. No, you wouldn't even, because they're out of range. So setting up your tanks like this, so that way you have a nice even spread of the siege, is very good for a TBT player. And even this is a lot better than what it was at first. And as you can see, taking down a lot of siege tanks. The Marines are going to stim forward, take out 3 tanks themselves. So a huge amount of tanks just taken out in that stim forward. Looks like Kos is a lot better at TBT than he is at PVT. He's actually admitted before that PVT is his weakest matchup, which I find a little weird because Terran has such a great advantage in TVP. It's just because mainly Kos is a pretty greedy player, and now these Marines stimming into these tanks, going to be able to clean up those 2 before the tanks even siege. Actually, all 3. Holy crap, this is not looking good for SuperNova at all. If we check out the unit counting station, 21 Marines and 19 tanks to 22 Marines and 2 tanks of SuperNova. Well, now 1 and 2 Banshees. They're going to prove to be useful. Luckily, though, there is some sort of means of detection out there. I don't know what it is. Possibly there's a scan. There's the GG from SuperNova. And Kos taking this first game pretty freaking convincingly. And, you know, if you take your first game convincingly in a best-of-3 series against SuperNova, of all people, who is a Code S player, like, that's going to be a very good bolster of confidence right there. So Kos is definitely going to be feeling pretty good. He's like, hey, yeah, you know, this guy isn't as great as everyone says he is, at least against me. TBT is a very strong game of mine, so obviously I can take him. I can do this. I can take this series. Of course, worst case scenario, he only took 1 map off the guy. So SuperNova is going to be able to pick the next map, and we'll see what he decides to pick. Sorry, I was checking my email and I realized I had something there which I didn't check. So please subscribe to my channel if you want to see the rest of this series. Of course, you can see the rest of the series without subscribing to my channel, but you know, it's kind of like, I don't know if it's like common courtesy or anything, but you know, if you're gonna be watching videos, if you're gonna be consistently watching my videos, I suppose you could probably subscribe to it. If you enjoy it, you want more. And what else was there coming out from me? You can follow me at Twitter. That's at nerd_craft. No, scratch that. I only do that at the last game on Best of 3 series. So yeah, please subscribe to my channel if you want to make sure you get the rest of these series. I hope you enjoyed this game as much as I enjoyed casting it. I'll see you guys in game number 2.